You think you have time, but the math says otherwise. 80% of your life's most defining moments happen before you turn 35. If you're just sitting around waiting for your life to magically start, you aren't just pausing your progress, you are actively killing your potential. We need to talk about that heavy feeling in your chest. You know the one. It hits you on Sunday evenings or when you're staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. It's the feeling that you're meant for something bigger, but you're stuck in the mud. You aren't lazy. You're just trapped in what psychologists call the waiting room illusion. You think that your real life is going to begin after you get that promotion, after you move cities, or after you find the perfect partner. But here is the brutal truth. Life doesn't start after those things. Life is what is slipping through your fingers while you wait for them. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why your brain tricks you into wasting your prime years. And I'm going to give you the one mental shift you need to stop the clock and start living. Most people don't ruin their lives on purpose. Nobody wakes up and says, "I plan to be mediocre today." It happens through something called drifting. Imagine you are on a boat in the middle of the ocean. If you put down the oars and stop rowing, you don't stay in the same spot. The current pulls you. You drift. In real life, the current is comfort. It's Netflix. It's scrolling TikTok for 3 hours because you're too tired to work on that side project. It's hanging out with friends who don't challenge you because it's easy. Drifting feels safe. It feels like you're just taking a break. But before you know it, 5 years have passed. You look in the mirror and you're in the exact same spot mentally, financially, and emotionally as you were half a decade ago. The only difference is that you're older and you're more tired. There is a terrifying misconception that 30 is the new 20. People use this as an excuse to delay adulthood. While it's true that you can reinvent yourself at any age, the biology of your brain doesn't care about catchy slogans. Clinical psychologist Dr. Meg Jay calls the years between 20 and 35 the defining decade. Why? Because your brain is going through its last major growth spurt. It is still wiring itself for the future. Think of your brain like wet cement. Right now, you can carve new habits, learn new languages, and build new skills relatively easily. But as you get older, that cement dries. Can you still change? Yes, but you'll need a jackhammer instead of a finger. When you spend these years doing nothing but consuming content and working a job you hate, you are solidifying a brain that is wired for passivity. You are training yourself to be a spectator in your own life. Let me tell you about a guy we'll call Someday Sam. Sam has big dreams. He wants to start a business, get fit, and travel to Japan. But Sam loves the word someday. I'll join the gym someday when work calms down. I'll start that writing a book someday when I have a better laptop. Sam treats his life like a dress rehearsal. He thinks he has infinite time. Now, fast forward 10 years, Sam is 40. He never went to the gym, so his back hurts constantly. He never started the business, so he's stuck under a boss he can't stand. He never went to Japan. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Sam is now carrying a ton of regret. He realizes that someday isn't a day of the week. It never shows up on the calendar. So how do you stop being Sam? How do you stop wasting these years? You need to start building identity capital. This is a fancy term for doing things that add value to who you are. It's about collecting experiences, not just things. Taking that weird job? That's identity capital. Starting a YouTube channel, even if you have 0 subscribers? Identity capital. Moving to a new city where you don't know anyone? Huge identity capital. Every time you do something difficult, you drop a coin into your piggy bank of self-worth. When you sit on the couch, you are adding nothing. You don't need to have a master plan. You don't need to know exactly where you will be in 5 years. You just need to make sure that today you are doing something, anything that makes you slightly more interesting, skilled, or resilient than you were yesterday. Your best years are not a specific age range. Your best years are the years where you decide to take control. If you are 20, don't waste it. If you are 30, wake up. If you are 40 or 50, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is right now. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting to feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. That anxiety you feel, that's just your potential trying to claw its way out. Let it out. If you are tired of feeling stuck and want to build the focus needed to actually change your life, you need to fix your habits immediately.